Taker, Sting, Austin, Cena, just a few locker room leaders to name over the decades. And if you want proof that wrestling has completely been flushed down the toilet by the year 2024, then say no more, because Cody Rhodes has confirmed that WWE's current locker room leader is Bayley. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling. And we could just end it there. How the hell is someone like Bayley the locker room leader? It just doesn't make any sense to me. But that is what Cody Rhodes has come out and said during an interview with Jazzy's World TV. Now, is this Cody Rhodes being politically correct? Naming a woman? He did name drop Randy Orton as well, but he said Bayley first. He said Bayley and then probably Randy Orton. So, I mean, come on. What is Cody Rhodes playing at? Why is he mentioning Bayley? I actually don't care why he's mentioning Bayley. I think to be the locker room leader, you need to have a claim to be either the man or one of the men. And I don't necessarily mean the man or one of the men as in gender. I just mean you need to be fucking at the top. And yeah. I just don't think that Bronson Reed could say to Roman Reigns, I'm the locker room leader and you're not. Because I think Reigns could just slap him and say, aye, well, hold on. I've main event at every WrestleMania and you've done nothing. To me, to be the locker room leader, you need to have at least some form of success. You can't be a locker room leader and be a jobber because you ain't leading shit. You're trailing. You're the locker room trailer. You're the locker room Klingon. I think to be a locker room leader, yes, it's good to have authority and it's good to be a leader. But to be a leader, you need to be at the top or somewhere close to the top. And I think Bayley, she's not it for me. I'm saying no.
No, she's shit. This is one. You know what? Wrestling's died a death, man. The past bunch of years. I think this is one of the worst things I've ever heard, and I'm not even exaggerating. Because Cody Rhodes is a guy, right? When he came into the business, you know, he got brought in by Dusty Rhodes. At that point, you've got Cena, Taker, your locker room leaders, right? How the fuck does anyone think Bayley's a locker? I mean, come on.
Can you say the word?
I can't even. No, you know what?
Locker room leader.
Locker room leader. Here we go. No, I'm actually sitting here.
Say it again.
Disbelief. Locker room leader.
Say it again.
Locker room leader.
Say it one more time.
Locker room leader.
Right, okay.
Right. I was on the ropes there because you know what? This is the scariest thing I've ever heard. You know what? See the fact that she is the locker room leader? That just shows me how dead fucking wrestling is.
Yeah.
This isn't something they force. This isn't like, oh, we have to do a women's rumble and a women's Money in the Bank and a women's War Games. This is self-appointed. This is like someone just appoints themselves and everyone else, oh, because you're the person for the job, we'll believe in you. It's like something that's naturally happens.
I just couldn't imagine in the 80s, like, Miss Elizabeth being the locker room leader and trying to give Hogan a pep talk. I couldn't imagine in the 90s Sonny trying to be the leader of The Undertaker. I just could not imagine Ivory in the 2000s saying to Austin, here, we're going up against the invasion. WCW's on its last legs. We need to hit it hard, brother. We need to go at them strong. I just couldn't imagine Cena being the one to single-handedly carry WWE on his back into the 2000s, into the late 2000s. Basically, him being the only real megastar left. And then you've got like a Kelly trying to, you know, lead the locker room. And you might be going, well, why are you mentioning women? Because, you know what, man, realistically, I just don't think a woman should be in charge of a male-oriented space. It doesn't make any sense to me.
No, but not only that, right? Bayley, to me, has no qualities of a fucking leader. And you look at it, like, I mean, well, see if Stephanie McMahon was the locker room leader, even though she's not really a wrestler. I could see.
I can accept that because she's a McMahon.
She's a McMahon. What has Bayley got? Her promos are fucking depressing, right? She looks depressed most of the time. I don't see how this is someone that motivates anybody backstage.
She doesn't. Now, we don't know her personally, but she doesn't come across to me as someone that would lead our locker room.
And all these people, men have took over 20,000 castles and slain, 4 million men just to be in the same room as Bayley. Well, Bayley must be the greatest thing ever behind the camera, because see on it, she's shite.
Yeah, she must be. Anyway, that's what Cody Rhodes said about Bayley and the whole locker room leader, because he said... Damn.
It's infectious.
That's catching on. Locker room leader.
Locker room leader. You're back.
So, Cody Rhodes, because we all thought it was him, but apparently it's not him. Roman Reigns, I thought you're the guy leading this company. No, it's no you either. So that's what Cody Rhodes said. He said, quote, "Here's the thing I don't think people know about Bayley. She's probably the actual current locker room leader. Like, if you've got a captain, you know, the C for captain on the jersey, it's probably her and Randy Orton. In terms of, you need something done. Hey, such and such doesn't need to be late anymore. Hey, we need energy for this show. She's the locker room leader, and she should be." End of quote. I mean, why should she be the locker room leader? Who the fuck is Bayley to have a go at Roman Reigns for turning up late or for not turning up at all, as we've seen over the past, 4 years?
I'm just going to call bullshit on this, right? See when The Rock comes back and Cena comes back and they're backstage in the locker room?
They have to sit down and listen to Bayley.
They are the locker room leader by default. It's that fucking simple. See if The Rock sat down and Bayley was like, right, this is what's happening. And The Rock would just stand up and leave. I think the fucking Rock's going to sit through Bayley giving a fucking pep speech.
Yeah, see if I'm playing Total Extreme Wrestling and Cena's limo breaks down to the arena. Well, first of all, Cena would make sure he gets there early, so he'd grow wings and fly like Superman. Super Cena.
Red Bull gives you wings.
But let's say Cena did arrive 5 minutes late. Is Bayley going to start shouting at Cena and cussing him out in front of everybody and go, "Oh, after the event tonight, you need to buy everybody a round of drinks"? No. Bayley's going to come in and she sees Cena walk through the door and she's going to bow down. "Oh, thanks, John. It's nice to be in your presence. I'm sorry we all got here early to make you look late." You know, that's what's going to happen here. She's not a locker room leader.
See Cody Rhodes being the face of WWE, right? And Roman Reigns is also getting forced down her throat. One of them should take the mantle. See Cody Rhodes, he should say, "I'm the current locker room leader." That's what he should fucking say. But it's pathetic. You know, if you're the face of the company, I think by default you should almost be the locker room leader.
No, I agree, and this would be like Austin in his peak, coming out and going, Jacqueline's the locker room leader. She sits us down and tells us,
like,
she's the captain. She motivates us.
Like, I you hear stories, right? Austin was a bit of a lone wolf, right? But let's be honest, he's not going to fucking sit there. And you're right. Like, listen to Jacqueline.
Here, I don't think there's many people outside of Taker that Austin would have listened to.
No, absolutely.
During his peak run, out of respect, I think he'd have probably let Undertaker, not necessarily tell him what to do, but I think he would have let Undertaker speak for him and stand up and be the locker room leader. But outside of Undertaker, I just don't think there's anybody that was commanding the presence that was going to sit up and try to lead the locker room or try to lead the company, because they were in a legit war with WCW. And, you know, I just can't imagine Jacqueline would be coming in and, you know, looking at the Meltzer ratings and going, "Oh, well, Steve, Meltzer says you dropped the ball here in quarter 3. You only did a 7.82 million there. We need to see better from you in that segment." You know, that's not going to happen. So, the fact, I don't know, I think it's embarrassing, man, Cody Rhodes coming out with this shit.
No, but not only, right? See,
own it. Cody Rhodes should own it. No. And this is why he's not the guy. This is why he's just the current fucking cock of the walk is it's like Don West would say, "Rest in peace."
R.I.P.
You know, he's this guy that's he's not a real leader, he's not the real champion, he's not the real star.
Right?
If he was, he wouldn't be coming out with shit like this.
See WWE, right? Wrestling. It's not some office block where the woman can be the leader. It's a fucking business where, like, testosterone runs high. Fucking steroids, all that shit. Big guys. It should, honestly, I think a woman should be nowhere fucking near it. It should be the top star of the company, and that's always going to be a man. Yeah, well, Becky Lynch, 2019, she shouldn't have been the locker room leader in 2019. Maybe she was, I don't give a fuck if she was.
Well, you know what, I'd actually say if she was, I could almost accept it.
Yeah.
Considering she was literally being pushed as, like, the top star back then. So see if she was the locker room leader in 2019, I would almost accept it, and I'd say, you know what, I don't think she should be, but it's more so on the male talent for nobody really stepping up and nobody taking that mantle. But I just don't, I'm not convinced that since then we've seen Roman Reigns just dominate. And I mean, even back then, Becky Lynch had a wee run, but that's because Roman Reigns was away sick for most of the time, wasn't it?
No, but see these guys like Bischoff, you know, Taker, Austin, right? Like that talk about the product and they kind of don't bury it as much as they really should.
If they were being honest, they would bury this.
Taker deep down in his 6 feet under podcast would put this 6 feet under. He'd be like, see, in my time, this would never fucking happen because I was the dog. They were in my yard. Like, he'd give some sort of talk like that. This is cringy, man. This just sums modern wrestling up. No, what this screams to me though, right? Is see if there's a colossal fuck up. Like that women's war game. Was Bayley in it?
Aye. She started the match.
She can't say fuck all. And she wouldn't say fuck all. You know what I mean? Say something really bad happened with Cena or Taker leading the locker room. They're going to say something. But see now with Bayley, she's not going to say hee-haw. Look at Triple H come and said in the presser, oh, it was great. We mean to put on shit pay-per-views because when you get to have decent stuff, it's great.
No, Triple H said he was pleased with how the women's war game match went.
Yeah, and he said that as well, which is just... No, there's no accountability anymore. They just... Stuff that's bad, they pretend's good, and the stuff
Here,
that's
I tell you what,
good, they pretend's the greatest thing ever.
Pretty much
simple.
Pretty much everything that happens backstage is shared now, so I don't think it did happen. But see if Bayley actually legitimately went through Nia Jax after that match and went, "What were you playing at? That was a horrendous performance. I can't believe that on one of the biggest premium live events of the year, you delivered that and you performed." I'd say fair play, Bayley. But we all know, see these wrestlers, they don't criticise each other, they don't take responsibility. Their shit stinks, but they're going to say it smells great anyway.
No, but you're right. See, the only people that Bayley's going to call out is the people who are just in the fucking door, isn't it?
The people below her. Someone who gets called up to NXT.
See somebody like...
See somebody related, someone related to The Rock. Oh, you get a free pass.
Yeah, that's it.
You think Bayley's going to run down Charlotte Flair or Becky Lynch? Somebody with a bit of stroke?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. Anyway, guys, I almost had a stroke when I heard this.
No,
definitely not the locker room leader. And I mean, Randy Orton, longevity-wise, I can see, but even Randy Orton doesn't really strike me as a leader.
No, he's a weird guy.
And when you shit in someone's bag, that should rule you out, I think.
Aye.
That should be a lifetime ban on being a leader.
Whose bag was it again?
Sable's, I think.
Or
was it Maria's? No, it was Maria's. Aye, probably knew better not to shit in Sable's bag.
Aye. Guess Brock hitting some of those fucking real elbows on him.
That would end it too well from anyway, guys. That's it for me. I just don't buy it, man. You look at, you got The Rock and Roman Reigns and you've got all these like male stars and...
But does it surprise you that somebody like Seth Rollins, the way he dresses, would listen to Bayley? He'd eat it all up. Even fucking someone like CM Punk, man, he knows fucking deep down that's a load of shite.
Yeah, but he would probably pick Bayley to help him fight his way out of a bar. But he knows deep... Listen, that guy was in UFC, maybe got his ass kicked twice, but he knows deep down he ain't picking Shayna Baszler. Come on, Punk, you're a liar. You're talking shite.
All the guys in the wrestling business and he picks Shayna fucking Baszler.
You think Undertaker's going to embarrass himself? Disrespect? I mean, you think about it. You're disrespecting everyone that's ever been in the wrestling business, apart from 3 people. The 3 people that you put before Shayna Baszler. But if Shayna Baszler's your 4th pick, you are bashing everybody else.
Yeah, like if Taker wanted to put like Linda McMahon in as a rib, I'd accept that. I can't accept Shayna Baszler.
Tell you what, Linda took a tombstone off Prime Kane.
Right.
Maybe she could have did some damage in a bar.
It's time we hit the lane.
Anyway, aye, that's it. Who knows, guys? I don't know. Locker room leader, not for me. Not for me at all. But I think this is just the current state of wrestling. It's pathetic, and we're not going to sit down and, love it and pretend it's great and accept this shit because I think it is embarrassing. And I think it's nothing about being against women or misogynistic or anything about that. I genuinely believe most people being honest with themselves would say that
Bayley's fucking shite and nowhere near locker. I mean, come on. Locker room leader.
Right, we need to make sure that word never gets uttered again in the video because I mean I've had trouble saying it once and you've had trouble with it 50%
but we are honest, right? We are honest. I don't fucking bullshit. See, I look across the men's roster in current WWE.
There's not many.
No, there's fucking not many, if any.
There's not many, but you touched upon Seth. Look at the way Seth Rollins dresses.
Yeah, he's just never going to do it in a million years.
Now, maybe he can't get away with some, but see back in the day, see if he came into a locker room and tried to run down some of these masculine men looking like that, you could just imagine some of the verbal that would get tossed his direction.
I think CM Punk would make for a decent leader, but I think it'd be his way or the highway, and maybe that's a good thing. But then you've got like people like the Usos. You can't take the Usos serious. Sami Zayn's a fucking crybaby. Drew McIntyre, maybe. I mean, Gunther just does not have natural charisma. You need to have some form of charisma, like, to make it work.
Guy can't fucking speak English, never mind.
Aye.
Not really a locker room. I don't know, CM Punk, I think back in the day he could have, but now he's just this... Although he could argue it's all an act.
You could argue it's all an act, but I can't believe this.
Someone that I think would be a good locker room leader, Bully Ray.
Yeah. Aye, no, absolutely.
Bully Ray strikes me as someone that would be a good locker room leader. But you know what? That era's gone, isn't it? It's like the way we talk about football and managers, the way they can't, or soccer for the American viewers. It's just changed the way you manage players now because of this, current, soft society that you can't give them the hairdryer treatment as they used to refer to it with Alex Ferguson. Do you not think that's kind of like the way it is with wrestling as well? It's like the way McMahon did things back in the day, just unfortunately just doesn't work in 2024.
McMahon had like great advisors, like Patterson, JR, Briscoe, guys like that. See Triple H, man, they're literally all under his thumb. Like, see Paul Heyman. I like Paul Heyman. But he's
biggest ass kisser of all time.
He is a snake in the grass. He will just go the way
he will say whatever needs to be said to make him more money.
Yeah.
People used to say McMahon had a lot of ass kissers. I think McMahon actually had, compared to now, McMahon had people. JR, JR kissed me. JR spoke against McMahon a lot. JR disagreed with McMahon on a lot of things.
Aye.
But people would be like, oh, well, it was always McMahon's way. Aye, because McMahon owned the fucking company. That didn't mean that people didn't disagree with him. Sure, a lot of people disagreed with him.
I know McMahon's on the
But, I mean...
See, in the real world, like, the owner who owns the company gets
do you know
the
what I
final
mean?
word.
See if McMahon and JR disagree on something and they go with McMahon's way, that's not because JR kissed his ass, it's because it's fucking McMahon's way up the highway.
My way, you're the highway.
Anyway, guys, that's where we're going to end it. Locker room leader for me, absolutely not. We'll catch you in the next one. This is a lot longer than we intended it to be, but when you need to correct yourself saying locker room leader about 20 times, that could eat in to a video.
Like, even if someone said she was the women's locker room leader, I wouldn't buy.
Yeah, she doesn't strike me as a leader. She doesn't... If I was looking at the women's locker room leader, naturally, I would think more towards Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch. Even if you took those two at the equation, who do I think would be next? Just not a Bayley.
Like a Natalia. Been there, done it, boring bastard, but here, more believable than Bayley.
Right, take away Natalia.
Honest,
Rhea, because she's kind of like the new face. And
aye.
Would you go with Rhea?
I think people similar to Bayley are like a Naomi. I just don't fucking see how they lead Hee Haw. You know what I mean?
It's like RVD.
Unless Jimmy does all the talking for her.
RVD, love the guy, but he's not a locker room leader. He's the kind of guy that'll hang out in the locker room and just smoke weed. But he's not a guy that you could trust to lead.
Yeah, but you're right. He wouldn't lead.
Like seeing ECW,
he's not afraid. He'd tell people. He'd speak his mind every day of the week.
Yeah, but some people are cut. That doesn't mean that I don't like RVD. But let's say you look at ECW. I guarantee you Tommy Dreamer was more of a locker room leader.
Oh, aye.
And I prefer RVD over Tommy Dreamer. But Tommy Dreamer's got...
when the rest of them are crackheads, like, I mean...
But you know what?
You're leader by default.
Some people have those kind of, qualities. And I think Tommy Dreamer has those.
No.
For me, Bayley just doesn't have those.
No.
But in this era of wrestling, she probably can lead because it's so fucking soft that there's nothing... It's not like back in the day when you actually, call people out in their bullshit and punish them.
No.
Who's she dragging out of the locker room? Who's she beating up backstage? Who's she forcing to get changed in the cleaning closet?
Yeah, it's like Benoit, right, bullying the Miz. It's like, that's just what it was.
Do you think Bayley saying to Maxine Dupree, you fucking suck, you can't wrestle, you have to go and change with the men? Or do you think that they're all filling Maxine Dupree's head with sweetie mice and they're like, oh, you put a great performance out there tonight, Maxine. You're getting so better, girl. You go, girl. Oh, you were better than Bret Hart tonight. You know what I mean? Come on. What are they doing here?
Doesn't work for me, brother.
Doesn't work for me either. Anyway, Bayley doesn't work for me, and we're definitely going to end it now because the length of this video doesn't work for me, brother.